Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Live from the land of our forefathers, from Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, Brunei, Singapore. All of you, Mindanao, mabuhay! Sulu and North Borneo, congratulations. This is the day of joy and the day for everybody. It's our time. It's our moment. This is Queen Helen of the Richard, Elizabeth III, September 30, 2023. Every one of you, I have to welcome for all your time and moment in seeing me again in my day-to-day live broadcast. It is my pleasure, it is my honor to give you whatever it is in my drive to save us all from the bondage of poverty. Congratulations sa mga adversary natin, sa ating mga kasama, subalit sila pala ay mga palihim na kaaway, at yung iba na mga kasama, kunyari maganda sa harap natin, subalit pagtalikod, nakangisi na parang aso, congratulations pa rin. Kasi lahat ito natutuntun na. I have still to congratulate you. Because without you doing that, Queen will never be shining as seen by the global earth. As I have told you, to be able to cleanse our kingdom, we need to find the real blockers, the real ones that made this mission delayed, blocked, and at most being put to death. Maraming salamat sa inyo na talagang mga volunteers natin na nakikinig sa moments, no? Talagang with weight, dahil kahapon nakita natin ang Saturn at Jupiter talagang lumiwanag kasama ng ating inang buwan na nagmamatsyag lamang sa kalangitan. I thank for all those people that have the sightings na nakita nila ang kahalagahan ng mensahe mula sa nangyari kahapon sa supermoon. Nakita ninyo ang rosas na rainbow. Nakita ninyo ang kamay ng mahal na lolo ni Haji Hasan Pasang, Jamalul Alam. Nakita rin ninyo ang sigla ng mga bituin na kung saan yung mga rays talagang nakikita. Kahit ordinary ang ating mga cellphone, how much more kung yan ay ipalabas ng NASA. Pero hindi natin sila mapipilit. Kasi alam din nila kung anong nakikita riyan. Kaya pansin nyo, hindi masyado naglabas ng kaganapan kahapon ang multilindo countries. Pero tayo, nakita natin na merong relevance sa ating kaharian. Kasi nung ako'y kabataan pa, I remember na almanake ang hawak ng aking mga lolo. We go for the signs of the times. Nakikita natin ang bawat hudyat ng kalangitan. Dito sa nakikita ko sa ngayong panahon, marami ang nakalimot na tayo ay napapalagiran lamang ng mga nilalang na sumusuporta sa kaligtasan ng sangkatauhan. It is by our pride as the chosen race ng buong mundo. Lahat tayo dapat magiging grateful ba? To be thankful of who we are as Filipino, Filipino Muslim, Filipino Christian, Filipino tribal groups. Ang tribo inilabas din natin sa Royal Decree 113. Kaya nga lahat itong mga tribo ay beneficiaryo ng ating kayamanan. Hindi lamang ang mga nakaupong politiko, mga royal family na may hawak ng mga accounts. Kaya nga sinabi na natin noon pa, kaya marami ang nagre-react dahil akala nila sila ang may karapatan. Kaya nga sa ngayon, nakikita niyo banayad ang pusod ng Malacanang. Dahil nakita na nila umalma na ang major agencies, lalo na ang United Nations. Umalma na ang mga international court dahil nagbigay ng mandamos ang Lupaso Sovereign Court. Ulitin ko muli sa inyo, lalo na dyan sa ating mga kapatiran sa Sulu na nag-aantay, maraming salamat, Dr. Ben, at ang mga dayang mga sheriff na naniniwala sa panahon natin dito sa era ng Golden Age. The Golden Age, as handled by the Lupasug Empire, makikita ninyo, this is prophesied in the book of Ecclesiastes. Alam nyo yan, from Babylonia down to Lupasug Empire. We have underwent a lot of trials. Naranasan namin lahat na pasakit magpahanggang ngayon. Pero yun ang sinasabi ko kay Kuya Radyo Mamay. Never stop. Never surrender. And never retreat. Lahat sila yan. Walang patutunguhan, kundi pumalik sa pinakapuno ng ating kaharian. As I have told you, maraming nakikinig na mga learned. We call them philosopher. We call them theologians. We call them PhDs, Doctor of Laws. Lahat na lang ng doctorate nasa pangalan nila, nasa katauhan nila. But have they realized, ako pa ngayon ang inuutusan? Bakit hindi na lang ako makipag-unite sa presidente ng Pilipinas? May I remind you, the physical form of governance has been handed already as we reinstalled the real and valid president of the Federal Republic of the Philippines in September 21. Naiintindihan niyo ba ang sinabing reinstated, reinstalled? Na ibalik sa pumumuno, na ibalik sa kapangyarihan si Ferdinand Idrolin Marcos Sr. Maraming kabataan, bakit ko binabalik ang patay? Maraming learned doctors of laws, learned professors, masabi na natin, learned theologians, but they conceal the truth. Tinago nilang malagim na katotohanan para sila ang kilalanin at bigyan ng respeto, bigyan ng pagpupugay na sila ang presidente. Tama pa rin? Yun ang alam ninyo. And I address this message directly to the Supreme Court of the Philippines. Truth is truth. And you are liable for concealing the truth and letting the lies prosper and fixated the human mind of all Filipino people, especially the young, who are aggressive enough to fight me. Have you ever thought the power and authority that has been embarked into the shoulder of the Queen of Philippine Islands? Whoever you are seated into power inside Malacanang, because there are many times in the past that the highest leader given are just puppet, utusan ng mga wealthy families. Truth is truth and nothing but the truth. You become a politician because you are being funded by the wealthy families. And take note of that. They become wealthy. They become rich because of the gold and backups that has been used and abused in conspiracy with the Central Bank of the Philippine Islands. It is not easy for me to be speaking, to be talking in front of you, when in fact you still do not understand the real message of today, and that is the safetyness. That is to save at the same time the plight of the poor majority of the Filipino people and of the entire Southeast Asia. I had been doing my job, and it's not easy for me to be exposing names after names, because I know this is the realization of the majority of the people listening to me at this very moment. If I speak in English, because I want to hit the mind of the learned professors, educators, politicians, military officials, that you have no more authority as given by the Mapalindo king and queen. It is written, therefore, that you have to return it properly into the hands of the real owner of the sovereignty. And that is God, Allah Himself. Now, you people that question about this authority, have you read the preamble? That it is still God that we invoke in everything we do. As doctors of laws, doctors of philosophy, lahat kayong mga exegesis in the name of your knowledge embedded in your heart, because that even knowledge is temporary. We have given finality to the government. It's not mine to lose, it's yours. Why? The world is governed by royal family, and this royal family stands all together to fix the global financial crisis, to fix the global climate change, to fix the health crisis that you people keep on insisting, persisting that you could impose the medical tyranny and the suppression and oppression that you have really made the whole human race into your mastery of oppression. Politicians listening to me right now, military official, have you seen any being in the Philippines as I have fight? Have you ever seen a person declaring laws, putting law into order? Because we know what we are doing. I am prepared for any eventuality that you are going to give me. As a sovereign judge, we are above the Supreme Court, the supreme judges that you have. Because sovereignty is the umbrella of all these human laws that you have been doing. Have you done, Congress, Senate, enacting laws that is not right, leaving behind the poor people to suffer and letting the rich become more richer? And still I address this message to the head of the Supreme Court, to the Department of Justice. You must act now before the people will put you to justice. You cannot stop the people now. They have been enlightened by the Spirit of God. Now I have seen how you grill people in communion with God. Now I was battled, I was humiliated by one of you, telling that I am one of those people. Wrong. I am in capacity to speak in the name of God because I know I am sent and I am chosen to do so. You had been in the jealousy movement. That's why you destroy me. Because you will never be jealous if you have my authority. Yours is just for the sake of your claim. There is a difference between the heirs and successor than being a claimant for getting what belongs to me and for Raja. That is the great difference. Now we are talking about this for so many years now. But it is because of the conspiracy of the heads of state of Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, Brunei, and England, together with Vatican. That's why Barm became the programmer in instilling war and chaos, as supported even by the OPA, Secretary Anyo, Secretary Galvez. You hear me now. I had been sending legal documents to you, attorney, person, and judge. You have been receiving. I have made my legal attestations that still the Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo, as validated by the royal family. In my command is Raja Muhammad Gamar, Mamay Hassan Abdul Raja, Sharif al-Sultan Gamar bin Abdul Kabar. You have been operating in the most illegal way by utilizing the lost and found documents, which became the valid documents in the claim of Sabah by you, Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao. You are angry to me. You are all mad because your rule is under the conspiracy of the office of the president. As I told you, 1986 is an illegal invasion of authority when you took over the governance of the lawful government of the Federal Republic of the Philippine Islands. Every one of you finding the truth. Now I'm laying down the truth. Where are you, people? That's why those people that are being used, manipulated, dictated, just because of the little pickle knowledge that you have. I am trying to speak in our language, in Tagalog, in Filipino, for you people to understand the majority. However, this is my moment and my time to hit the mind of the learned sovereign people of the Philippines Islands. Have you forgotten yourself? That you are a member of this country since the time you were born. And if you do not want to follow the rules and you do not want to transform, I have nothing to worry about, because since 2015, in March 22, I, as the Queen, and Raja, as the grandson of Malaysia, had been operating as parallel governance with the government of Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia, and all of the Lupasug Empire. You had been laughing at me. Squarely, I can tell you, the more you laugh, the more you say that I am crazy, the more I will come back to you. That's why I advise the Cyber Watch of Lupus and all the leaders that I have to cleanse the group chat of all those that using Maharlika. Because with this, you will know who is Queen Helen of the Rajah as the Queen of the Philippine Islands upon the ruling of the King of the Pearl of the Orient Seas. You have denied me every day of my life since the time that I have already reclaimed my right. Reclaimed, I am not a claimant, but I reclaimed in the name of truth, of justice, because I want to impose the law of sovereignty. You have been claiming the sovereign rights, and that is just due to you claimants, sultans. You have been growing all over the globe, finding money, finding funding. Yet, the other side of the world, leaders are coming to the Philippines, finding where is the signatory. You are all liable for concealing the truth, government of the Philippines. That's why I address this broadcast direct to the Supreme Court of the Philippines. I am talking in English so that the world will know that you have been the liars of the times of today. In other words, you deny the truth and let the lie more powerful because of your conspiracy to be sitting in the illegal power that you are with in Malacanang. If I were you, you better return the power and authority before you are being evicted to where you are. When I say so, I have the valid evidence. I have the valid authority in the name of the Universum Magnum. Do not ever belittle the capacity of the Queen. When Queen Mother Elizabeth II, Mary Alexandra Windsor, died, she knows that the successor can continue the fight with all the might to save the poor. She has not fulfilled her wishes because she was indeed under the dictatorship of the cabal. Cabal is making the new world order. Are you Filipinos going to enter into such rule wherein you yourself are being dominated rather, that even your mind is being automated when the day that you have received your final test? Now you are going to re-enter again into that so that you will have already your chips anywhere in your body because you follow the 666. As I kept on reiterating, it's not mine to lose, it's yours. So therefore, I am asking the Secretariat that to be cleanse all the GC. Because without me installing the Maharlika Kingdom of God, together with our brother, kuya, just remain calm. Everything is done in the premise of the enlightenment of the Holy Spirit. And we know that we act on it in the basis that we have one belief that God is indeed with us. There are no rooms to be fighting each other. That's why everybody are rushing to be having all the membership, collecting all money, and let the queen suffer the shame because you carry my name and Raja's name. And yet, you are very, very bad because you have the money and you have the way to put down the queen and the king. As I told you earlier, kasama, pero merong kasama, nakaaway pala. At merong nagkukunyari, nakasama pala, pero nandoon pala. Sa kanilang mga posing at awa ng Diyos, marami na ang nag-goodbye below 6 feet the ground. This is the method that you had been doing, putting shame on my faces. All of you that say and continue doing so as a claimant, your time has ended. As Malaysia has already declared, no more claims. Because the grandson of Malaysia is a Malaysian and a Filipino. It is the program of the Queen so that no one will mess out the divine mystery, the divine program, and it is being implemented. Can you question that? That you yourself doesn't know either how to fix the peace and order in Mindanao, utilizing the power of money, the power of guns and bullets, just to steer severe fear and tyranny in the land of our forefathers. I call the leadership of our people of the new generation. Now, there are some people trying to test me, calling me. Remember, you have registered your SIM, and your SIM will automatically be reverted to some WhatsApp, to some applications that you will know who are you. Please. Queen is out of the Philippines. I am out of the country because I have so many things to do. And yet I still have to do this for you to listen up. And there are some people who really would like me to go to Malacanang. Why should I go to Malacanang in the first place? Malacanang is not a place to be seeking help. Because they're the one killing me either. War, chaos is a business. Steering chaos is a business. What happened to America now? All the people of America are suffering because of their greed for power and money. They have played gods. They have invaded a lot of oil fields in Iran, Iraq, in Yemen, in Afghanistan, in Saudi. But the conspiracy lies between royal families that thought they can still continue ruling the world didn't realize that a small lady from the Far East, from Southeast Asia, will come out and defend the right of the majority poor of Southeast Asia. Again, I say to you, learned people, you are educated, and yet you do not know where your footing is because of your faith and your loyalty to the evil one seated in power and authority. Someone has kept on telling me not to battle up. But now that I realize that someone pulled me up and all my documentations unearthed from the Malacanang record, from the House of Congress Secretariat, from the House of Senate Secretariat, even Juan Ponce and Enrile has a copy of the 476 pages documentary that is skeletal, and yet they were able to use it for the ratification of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao by having the Bangsamoro Autonomous Authority, the BTA. In other words, you have made use of my documents. That's why I could charge you plagiarism. The first time that you have pushed forward, sorry, I am now really having this energy. When you started to fight against us, when you come to Mindanao, use the name even of Ama Ali, Sultan Turun Lawan Dumaga, in your first gathering, inviting the OIC, inviting the president, the prime minister, of Malaysia, and all of those people there, of Indonesia, we have known already that I could charge you plagiarism for doing an illegal documents as your presentation in Malaysia government. What have you done? The blood compact, as accepted by Judge Marvic Leonen as then the professor of University of the Philippines, he knows that. President Benigno Aquino Jr. knows that. Madam Gloria Arroyo knows. We have face to face, really, just by that realization that she is a claimant and she accepted, agreed my statement in front of her. If she is still alive, she is liable. If she is dead, more so. But you people, you conceal the truth. We have been living in a life wherein our leaders are all patronizing lie other than the truth. This is the real essence of our mission, exposing the lie so that each and every one of us will have a very good direction of how to transform ourselves into the life and the life of holiness. I am inviting you how to do it. You believe in God, you go to the church every day, and for the Islam, 6 times a day prayer, and every Friday in the masjid for the Sambaya, and for the tribals, they have their way of recognizing Allah Bathala, but most of you has been given the Christianity and you believe in that. I have received a lot of calls regarding those people that are even challenging me. Didn't even know that we know who they are. And the more they will do that, the more they put themselves into the fire of hell. It is just the way they believe themselves. That's why, in the premise of jealousy, they can throw a lot of demeaning words to the queen. But the queen is well respected by other worlds and didn't know the elements of power, the fire, the water, the soil, the air, the thunder. That's why I was laughing during the interrogation of the Congress against that fellow that being used even by those person who attacked me in the tri-media. He has not seen, but we know that he is from the military. But he didn't know. The time will come. He will have to change his course. To jump off and be in my boat or just be in the vast ocean. That's how things going on right now. Just imagine even now the war in Ukraine and Russia. They have no more money to operate because war is both a losing end. No victory. It will just cause death, property damages, environment destroyed. So both countries that emerge in war, the United Nations sanction is simple. Fix the territory. You have made it so, and today it's reported to me 10 generals of Ukraine, six generals, and 10,000 men of Ukraine has already given support to President Putin. And I thereby asked President Volodymyr Zelensky and to you, President Vladimir Putin, to settle the differences. The people had been killed because of things beyond the understanding of the majority. Let the truth spell out so that the world will know the evil of the cabal of the CIA that instigated the war. That's all I wanted. As I did in Mindanao, the participation of the Americans during their 44 Supplement sacrifice. As what I did when I had let the Pope back to Vatican, when they have invited him in Leyte, and I let the Queen of the Environment give justice because I do not want that time that I'll be blamed and put into the terrible mess because I will shoulder the killing plan for the Pope and let the barn be ratified. That's how evil they are in trying to mislead the world because they want to stay in power. remain in their program of conspiracy, remained in their business of putting the lives of the poor into the terrible status that is by using oppression and suppression. Queen Helen, day and night, works so hard to put justice. Now, in this situation now, in the global scale, can you still go on without your central bank backup? The president of the Philippine Islands signed with you the loan agreement. It is time that you come back and let your debt be fixed and let your people survive. In the name of truth, I am telling you that the source of origin of 617,500 metric tons of gold is solid, validated. And we know that 217,500 metric tons of gold used in all the banking instrument of TVMLSM in the CM301, in the Alpha Omega 777, and all the countries must realize that we give you the loans for your operation. This is the time now that I have to inform all the head of states. Have your inventory done. Because this is where we are going to meet up and fix your central bank. You people trying to malign me, maliciously attack me, can you do this? If you are not the queen, the world will run after you. But the world is seeking for my help. Because I know that I have been designed from generation to generation to put justice into this earth because of you people that have been living in greed for power and money, in jealousy. You should have listened up a long time ago when I started talking to you. Reform yourself. Bow down before the hands of God. But you laugh at me. But when there is already a lot of catastrophe, when there is already typhoon, earthquake, you realize that I have not failed to remind you. Because the heavens are already moving fast. It has been declared war against the dark forces. Now you question again, who is queen? You little-minded young adolescent and young people being maneuvered by the politician or the military or the claimants to attack me. Hear my voice. What if any time you just be there and you cannot even move your legs? You cannot even breathe? Do you think doctors can just cure you? When that day comes that the grandfathers, you'd been laughing about the seven elders, the seven maktub. Because you don't understand that we have all the knowledge and abilities as instilled in my brain by the one who sent me. It is just very sad, wherein most of you just having all this. Ang nakikita ninyo doon lang sa maliit na bagay. Ang nakita ninyo at inakusan ninyo na nangungulekta si Queen. Ipapano kaya kung i-impose ko ang royal taxation sa inyo? Now, for 60 years now, you didn't even care to help Queen. Central Bank, prime banks, I've asked, what are you going to do if I have to start putting inventory to your bank? You still have to say that I am still a faker? What if I have to impose already justice? I can hang you to death. But because I am very careful in my decision making, it's not easy to be a queen. That's why all those bad people fighting the queen, you have not seen in yourself. Have you seen the eye of the queen comparative to you? Have you seen your morals? Have you seen your spiritual standing? Have you ever thought your educational background? I don't compare, but I just want to remind you, you people, especially the government. That's why I was asking the Supreme Court of the Philippines, the Department of Justice, the Secretary of the President, the caretaker. There is no problem. If you continue denying this fact, you will all be in trouble. Why? Because the Filipino people realized that the 1986 EDSA revolution was illegally done because how many of you only in the EDSA? Because of your machination, because of you people in conspiracy with the head of states of America, of Vatican, you were able to take over the government. Why? But still, the real president has made it simple. He did not want any lives to be killed in EDSA. So he just walked away. But the CIA gotten the other face, Tony Bundok, the one who died in Honolulu, Hawaii, at St. Francis Medical Center. And it is validated that it is not Ferdinand Idrolin Marcos Sr. Now, at this junction, the people has realized you learned are still not believing because you have blocked yourself because of your interest in the politics and in the premise that you still have the money to contradict or to fight back the mission of Queen Helen of Georgia. It is not simple. I put my life into this. I put my morals into this. But because I know I am stronger and I have the valid documentations, I have my DNA to prove. You claim us, do you have something to do with? It is your failure because I am born a winner. Wherever I am, whatever I do, I still have to think the welfare of my people, the majority poor that has been enslaved by the politicians, by the rich, wealthy family. Kasi ginawa ninyong business ang politics. Ginawang business ang organization ng Pilipinas. Ginawa ninyong organisasyon para klarado. Ginawa ninyong organisasyon ang politics at ang military. Kaya kayo sunod-sunuran sa inyong mga liderato na ngayon nalaman ninyo na totoo pala buhay ang may-ari ng sovereignty. Buhay si Ama Ali, si Sultan Ismail Ikram Muhammad from Taif. Buhay si Raja Mamay na pinatay in documents in 2006 na inagaw naman ng kapatid because of jealousy, because of power, because of greed for money. Ngayon saan kayo pupunta? Doon pa rin sa kasinungalingan? O kayo'y ay sasama na? Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, walang giyera na hindi mag-stop. Ngayon, sa 584th day ng giyera sa Ukraine at sa Russia, the Queen asked them to stop. How? That is the question of power and authority. How did I do it? As I told you, I have my ancient ancestor who has the power and authority just to go and report and dictate. Can you do it? That is the difference of you claimants and me. That's why I was able to declare the divine government. Because I have divine people to put this order and ultimate peace in the land of promise. You yourself cannot identify which is which, who is who, and how to do it. I have made my stand. I have made my proclamation because I know I have my backup. The Council of Elders are always beside me, in front of me. Side by side, we do this all together. Because to be able to control the world, you need to be in harmony with the divinity. If you are chosen, you know how to do it. I am chosen. That's why the world asking help. And as the Queen of Universum Magnum, as you see the moon last night, the hands that holds the moon, the supermoon, you have seen the image of the Queen Mother, Mama Mary. You have seen the wondrous signs of God, of Allah. And I do hope that each of you will be touched by the message that God never abandons any one of us. It is just that He is giving us the chances to repent, go back to Him. I suffered quite a lot, but sometimes I have no more time to complain, but will always say, your will be done, because I have no more time. I want you people to realize that you are also with me in this crusade to save our poor people from the bondage of poverty. I have been talking to all my family because of our program in the land, the farming, the agri, and the fishing, the fishermen. And I hope and pray that the corporation that we established together with the FT will be successful. This is the time that I am telling you. What I have done, I will always find a way to make it right. Your word is to help. And I hope that each and every one of you will understand the real essence of this mission. The mission is to save, not to kill. So the New World Order cannot invade the land of promise because God, Allah, shielded us all together to be protected against the tyranny of this New World Order. They cannot because they are the claimants of the wealth and asset of the divinity, of the Sultanate of Sulu and North Brunei, of Ligwas and Mars, under the Sultanate of Maguindanao, of Sok Sarjan, the Sultanate of Ratchaboyan, of Lanao, the Sultanate of Dimasangkay. All of this, and the Las Islas Filipinas Sultanate, from Apari down to Visayas, down to Palawan, are all intact. I come to you, dear Father in heaven, protect our poor people who had been victims of severe oppression and suppression that led to the severe depression to death. I beg your forgiveness because lots of our people now just counting the money but never seen the sacrifice of the king and queen. I ask your mercy and compassion that they will be given chance to rectify themselves and transform into a very good being. Love remains in their hearts. Compassion be written in their minds so that jealousy will not rule their being. Instead, humility and repentance will be done so. Thank you, dear Father, for giving me the strength and courage, the bravery that you have installed in my brain and in my heart and in my soul to fight for the new generation. As I made the laws, the sovereign laws, you have protected every word so that the people that would read and implement will follow your will. In this life, we asked that you give us more your love. And this is the moment of truth and justice. Thank you very much, my dear people. And as I speak in English, because I am trying to reach the other side of the world, to come to us, to be with us, as destined to be the banner of the entire world in implementing the divine justice. Maraming salamat po at sana maging magandang inyong buhay at magiging maluwag na dahil isang ama na nagpakasakit ay bumalik na sa trono na inangkin ng iba. Subalit, hindi tayo pinabayaan Siya lamang ay nagmanman para dumating ako bilang isang anak. Para iligtas tayo sa kahirapan. Iligtas tayo sa kuko na mapang-aping gobyerno dahil sila ay nabalutan ng mga espiritu na hindi angkop doon sa pamumuno ng divino gobyerno. Mapatalinghagang pananalita ni Queen, subalit madudurog ang inyong mga puso kapag kayo ay naging matigas at didiretso sa daan patungong impyerno. Hindi na nagbibiro ang may kapal. Tapos na ang pagiging maluwag dahil sinunod tayo dahil sa ating regalo ng freedom. Pero kapag kayo ay dumiretso ng dumiretso gamit ang masasamang bunganga, masasamang ehemplo, kayo ay wawalisin na dahil ito ang panahon ng divine justice. I still have to say, beware and be aware that there are some unseen soldier just watching you. For those people that believe only in material, yung nakikita lamang ay alak, droga, pambababae, dahil panandali ang kaligayahan. Kinamkam na ang kaperahan ng iba para magiging substantive sila at the expense ng ibang kasama. Tama na. Bumalik kayo sa landas na kung saan ang punong-punong liwanag ang siyang naggagabay sa inyo para mamuhay ng mapayapa, masagana, at nang merong harmony sa bawat isa. I love you all and hope that you have also to give me back that love and compassion. Good evening. Bye.